And congratulations, Madam Principal, for your inaugural session of this very important contribution to the young people in the community. Uh, I see you, I acknowledge you, and I think you're an excellent role model for what it means to be a Buddhist, because you're not just teaching your own son at home and sharing all this wonderful knowledge and all these approaches to contribute to his future success. You're sharing it with as many children and young people and families as want to have the information. So congratulations to you and to all of us. The second aspect of Buddhism is, Buddhism is a power of transformation. How we take the difficult times and turn them into something that is to our own benefit. And so this school is very far advanced because it's taking the difficulties of everybody being at home and all of the problems and fears of the outside world and transforming that into creating a location where we can continue to evolve as human beings academically and our human personalities, so that the future generation, I mean the young people, will have an opportunity to take their place in the role of contributing to society, as well as being good human beings that their sons and daughters will enjoy as future parents. This is all very important, and none of it is exclusive from the practice of Buddhism and interpersonal fortifying of your human personality. And so that's what we're going to be doing as far as the meditation aspect, is helping you to not just understand your academics, but also understand what it means to be a good, caring human being, because the combination of those two equals what? Balance. Being a balanced human being. A person who just has academics and has never trained in being a good human being, sometimes they can be very difficult to deal with when they become adults, right? So welcome. It's my honor and my privilege to be a part of this wonderful school, and I'm glad we're recording because I won't have to repeat this talk again. And so let me first say this. There are students of every age, not just from different countries and different interests, but every age. And it's important to understand how important meditation is at every age. And Madam Principal said, yes, I have a son, and I began teaching him when he was in his mother's womb. Did you know that? Did you know that even children who are not born yet still think? And he had a difficult time in birth. And when he came out, I was there. And he was screaming, ah! And, everybody was like, what's he, he was just very upset about being born. And I leaned down very close to him and I put my eye next to his. He's only a little tiny baby. I said, don't worry. We're here. Your parents are here. Everything's going to be fine. Just calm down. And he looked up at me and he was quiet. That's when he began meditating, right there. So there's no such thing as being too young, is what I'm saying, even in the womb. Now, as a teacher of meditation, it requires a certain amount of skill, because I may be talking to somebody who has a master's degree in college, or a person who has a bachelor's or just getting into college, or maybe somebody who's in the 11th or 12th grade and looking forward to graduating from high school, or maybe the 7th grade, or the 6th grade, or the 4th grade, or maybe kindergarten. I was talking to all of these people at the same time, right? This takes a very refined skill how to do that. And in my particular tradition of Buddhism, our practice is nothing but that, how to talk to people. And in our tradition, they say, If you can't, no matter how much knowledge you have, if you can't speak in simple language to the laity, you don't know Buddhism, right? So I'm really going to introduce you to some very sophisticated concepts at your practice level, at your age level, and I hope that you'll have exercise some patience because sometimes I may have to explain it to a 5-year-old or a 12-year-old or an 18-year-old or a 20-year-old or a 40-year-old. And so some of the things I will say may apply to you, and if it's not applying to you, just be quiet, practice meditation, and allow me to move back and forth through all of the ages and all of the ranges so that I make sure that everyone is included. And also, let's make room for the really young people because I'll tell you, sometimes a 5 or 6-year-old can ask a question that you would never think about that will completely change your life once they ask it and the question comes. So, let's be patient and let me give you a couple of things to think about. Now, Madam Principal talked about the fact that um, different individuals have different learning tools. Some have computers and stylus, correct? You can shake your head, yes, even though I can't hear you. Please acknowledge that you can hear me. Some people have paper and pen, correct? Yes. Some some have slates, right? Okay, that's fine. But let me explain something very important to your life. Every single one of you has a mind. You're born with it. It's free. It didn't cost you anything. And guess what? You can take it everywhere with you. Matter of fact, I always tell my students, when you go someplace, don't forget to take your mind. Okay? So in the meditation, we are all equal because in the mind, this is where the ultimate place where you write your knowledge is, isn't it? If you learn all these wonderful things and then you forget, it's as though you never learned it at all. And so the meditation is very important in cultivating the mind because it too is a tool of your academics, isn't it? Perhaps it is the greatest tool because when you go to take a test, you don't get to take your computer, do you? You don't get to take your stylus, do you? You don't get to take your slate or your pen or your pencil. The only thing they want you to bring is what? Your mind. And so, therefore, your mind, you will find in the long run, if you really think about it, is one of the most important learning tools you will ever own. It will shape your life, the life of your family, and the world to come. And that's why we have meditation and critical analytical skills and exercising the mind to be a part of this wonderful school. So let me put it in kids' terms, okay? Some of you uh, play sports. Some of you play tennis. I know. Some of you play soccer. I know. You know. Some of you play chess. I know. Right? And so you have these different sports. Some of you are martial arts. When I was in Nagpur, I was a martial artist once, and so I visited the martial arts schools there. I know. And some of you are your academics is your is your is your sport. You excel in math, you excel in science, you excel in thought, correct? But there's one thing that is common to all of these activities that kids do, including just free play. And that is you must practice to become better, correct? Yes. Now, the mind is no different. You have to learn how to practice using your mind. And I don't mean studying, I mean using your mind in a different kind of way so that you can become as good at it as you are with your academics or your playing or your favorite sport. You must learn how to use your mind too. And this is something that's very important. For example, You've seen that mean kid, that adult who doesn't pay attention and hurts people's feelings, and you ask yourself, what's wrong with them? Why did they do that? That's a good question. And you know what's wrong with them? They never learned how to use their mind to be a good person. They never exercised it. They never exercised being a caring, loving person. Nobody ever told them they were supposed to do that. And so they may be very smart, but they're not necessarily always nice people. And so we are different. We are going to make sure that part of your education is your human personality. This is Buddhism. It's not unique to Buddhism. Every spiritual path in the world, at least their doctrines say they should be learning this. And even if you don't believe in religion, still, you have to learn how to be a decent person, or else you're going to have trouble, right? So this school is about making sure that we cultivate good, caring, loving human beings. Human beings that care so much that they don't keep their knowledge to themselves. They don't keep their knowledge to their family. They share their knowledge in a way that benefits the world, like Madam Principal. This is what I'll be bringing to the table, and it's my pleasure to do so. So let's add, when we talk about meditation, yes, we're learning how to be calm. That's important. And we're learning how to focus. And we want to learn how to focus so much that we become the best in the world at what we do. That's how much focus we want to learn. That's why we're starting when we're young, so we can become the best in the world, by focusing on what we feel is important for us in terms of our future. Yes, concentration is important. It's important to learn how to concentrate, and this is a part of focusing, right? But also, as I said, and I'll end with this, that the goal of what I'll be teaching is to help you to exercise your mind in a way that helps you to understand the subject of how to be a good, caring, loving human being. That takes training too. So, Madam President, thank you very much for the honor of sharing this wonderful experience with you. I see in the future for this school great success beyond your imagination. You just have to be patient and keep building, and they will come. And I will be here as often and as best I can to support your endeavor. Again, thank you, and it's an honor.